Do I have a unicorn? Well, I'm reaching out for you folks for a little bit of guidance or help if you've ever come across one like this. I would certainly like to know. All right, I'm a fan of 22 Magnums. You know that I've tested the Smith & Wesson 22 Mag semi-automatic pistol, the M&P. I've tested the Walther WMP. Happen to really like that gun, and really like my Smith 351 PD. In addition to that, I have reviewed a number of other guns that I have borrowed or friends have generously loaned me, including a Ruger LCR 22 mag, a Diamondback Sidekick convertible 22 revolver, Heritage Rough Rider convertible, Chiappa SAA 1873 convertible. A couple of rifles also. I've got the Henry 22 mag pump rifle and a Howa M1100 bolt. Both fine guns. So I kind of like the 22 mag, but this gun, I have a short story. I bought it from a friend of mine who had inherited it from his grandfather. He didn't have a lot of use for it. The price was right, so I took a chance on it. And again, I kind of like 22 mags. So here it is. What is it? Well, obviously it's a revolver. And if you look at the end of the box, it is imported by EAA. It says it's the Windicator Basic 22 Long Rifle, 22 Winchester Rimfire Magnum, 6-inch. I reached out to EAA, the importer of this, and asked them if they could tell me anything about it, because I can't find anything on the internet about this particular gun. And all they could tell me is when it was imported, and imported back in March of 1995. That's all they could tell me. So let's look at some specifics on this particular gun. So front sight, nothing unusual there, just a ramped sight that is built onto the vent rib, and it does have a vent rib on top of a straight 6-inch barrel. Rear sight is sort of a Smith & Wesson case, or actually just plain Smith & Wesson style sight, not quite, maybe more of a Ruger type, but it's adjustable for windage and elevation. It is a double action revolver, as you can see, based on the position of the trigger and the hammer, so it will work single or double. And the cylinder rotates clockwise, more like a Colt. And it is 8-shot. According to this cylinder, you see it there or not, it is HWM. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. Caliber 22 Magnum. And it does have the serial number also on the yoke. Everything matches out okay. It also reminds you to, read the owner's manual before use. Yeah, okay. You can cock it and fire it. It does have a frame-mounted firing pin, not on the hammer itself. Serrated trigger, kind of a long, heavy trigger pull, but not a bad one. A little bit of stacking in the middle, and then it smooths out. I haven't weighed it, but that's okay. Single action is actually a little bit heavy for a single action, but then again, for the price of the revolver, not a big deal. Cylinder release pushes forward, again, Smith & Wesson style, and does have a relatively short extractor for a 22 mag. The extractor would be fine on a 22 long rifle, but not so much on a 22 Magnum. Rubber grips. Let's see, it does say on the side of the barrel there, it does say caliber 22 Magnum. Go over to the right, and okay, you can see barely there it says EAA. Down at the bottom, it's got the HWM in a circle. Again, we're going to come back to that. Made in Germany, obviously. Imported by EAA in Cocoa, Florida. It does have some proof marks up there at the top of the frame and also on the barrel. All right, why is this a unicorn, though? I mean, it looks like a plain old 22, cheapy 22 revolver, right? A little bit of background on the manufacturer of this. This is made by Herman Weirach. He's the founder of Weirach and Weirach GmbH and Company and whatever. They made a number of revolvers going all the way back to 1960. The Arminius HW1 starter gun and a whole bunch of other guns in 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum, and even 38 and 357. So this particular one is, again, it's the Weirach Windicator. Also, doing some research on this, it looks like it's also occasionally called, depending on the importer, the Arminius. More specifically, well, I don't know. Weirach has made a number of these things. HW4, the HW4 was actually a 22 long rifle snub nose. This is not it. HW3 and 5 were The 22 mag, or 22 long rifle, or 22 mag. In fact, even the HW3, I think, was available with a 32 Smith & Wesson long, and even the HW5 Duo was available with 2 cylinders, one 22 long rifle, one 22 mag. This doesn't quite fit really any of those, because none of those, when I looked at all the pictures of them, nothing I can find shows something with a vent rib in this style of gun. Let's see, the HW7 had a vent rib, but it was a different frame and ejector. As you can see, the ejector style on the HW7 is different, the frame is different, and the cylinder release is also different. They make the HW9 Target Trophy that does have a heavy barrel, but again, not like this. The only thing I can find in the 6-inch Wyrock, or I'll just call it HW revolvers, the only thing I can find with a 6-inch barrel that's a vent rib that's at all similar to this is available in 357. I have searched high and low on the internet. So again, if you can find something that will point to the 6-inch barrel, 22 Winchester Magnum rimfire with this configuration and a vent rib in again this caliber, man, please let me know. Even the owner's manual that surprisingly was available with this gun indicates it's just the Windicator series, and it does talk about 22 Magnum, 357 mag, 38 Special. The capacity in all of those, let's see, it looks like the only capacity, well, yeah, capacity 8 rounds and a 4 and 6-inch barrel. But again, it doesn't say anything about this particular one. Need a little help on it. Is this a unicorn? Is this strictly a one of a kind, or are there others out there that are just like it? Let me know. By the way, I did shoot it. I'm not going to shoot it in this video. I will probably do a shooting video coming up, and well, I'll just say it's interesting. I'm not going to spoil it at this point. So my 22 mag uniform, I really would appreciate any more help that you folks can have on this particular one. In the meantime, thanks for stopping in.